Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Sarah Stone Love. I am so grateful that you're here with me. I really am. You guys are what keep me going. And you know what? Every week I make these videos, I'm not just making them for you. I'm making them for me too. It's reminding me every week to pay attention to what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, because my thoughts are creating my future. That is how powerful we are. Our thoughts affect the way we feel. And the way we feel affects the decisions we make. And the decisions we make create our destiny. I'm a certified life coach, energy, mind, emotion practitioner from the one and only Mandy Morris. I'm also a certified Psych K practitioner, Reiki healer, and sacred geometry healer. If you'd like a one-on-one session with me, check out my website, sarahstonelove.com. When I'm experiencing an intense trigger, it can be really hard to take 5 steps back, take a look at that trigger and say, oh, this is a learning opportunity. This is for a chance for me to just step back and change things in my life and become aware of what it is I'm thinking about. No, oftentimes when we're in the middle of that trigger, we want to hold on to that trigger. We want to be angry because there's a reward, there's a payoff for it. And 9 times out of 10, when we are triggered, it actually has nothing to do with the thing in front of us that's creating the trigger. It is actually triggering something deep within us from our past, something maybe we didn't deal with, that's been suppressed or repressed. And now we are unconsciously creating situations to help us feel those emotions so we literally don't implode. I don't know if you've ever read David Hawkins. I'm a big fan of him. He created the scale of consciousness. He's been called the godfather of consciousness. I love his books. And in one of them, The Letting Go Method, he talks about how I have certain emotions in our childhood. And if we don't process them, we don't face them, we don't feel them, and we just suppress or repress them, then all through our life, they chase us. Not knowingly, not like we're doing it intentionally, but our subconscious creates situations for those emotions to come up so that they can leak out a little bit, because they're literally energy piling up inside of our body. And it's like a teapot. If some of that steam doesn't come out, it's gonna... So we create these different situations to let it steam out a little bit here and there. But if we just stop and we pause, and we take the time to actually face these triggers, figure out what they're trying to teach us, what reward or why we're holding on to them, then we can actually let them go for good. And they stop chasing us. So today I want to share with you Mandy Morris's approach to how to take your triggers and turn them into your fuel, into your power. Say we have a partner, we've been frustrated, we're fighting a lot, and we're like, oh, if I could just get away from this partner, then my spiritual growth would be so easy because they wouldn't be there saying negative things all the time that trigger me. When in actuality, those triggers are coming up for an opportunity for you to grow. They're not happening to you, they're happening for you. Because we have a blind spot to ourselves. We can't always see everything within ourselves. And our triggers are actually an opportunity to see ourselves. Feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard says that all the time. We can't always hear our subconscious reel. We can always feel them. Feelings and triggers are our compass. It's our roadmap. So we can choose to either continue reacting to these triggers with the same old patterns, or we can choose to do a pattern interrupt. Maybe step outside, change locations, do a jumping jack, do something physical, breathe into our heart, take a step back, pause, say, what else could this trigger be trying to tell me? We can actually literally take that energy from the trigger and transform it into something that empowers us. So the first step is to acknowledge it and thank it. What, really? I gotta thank myself for being pissed off right now? Here's how I found a way to be grateful or thankful for the trigger. It is trying to protect me from something. Going back to my partner. I'm getting angry at him every time he does a certain thing. The anger is a level of protection. It's actually protecting me from feeling pain. Deep down, I'm afraid of facing the pain. I'm afraid that that pain is going to be too much for me to handle. For me in my childhood, my father never cried. He always held it inside as hard as he could. And I grew up believing that experiencing pain and feeling pain was bad. It was shameful. It was something that you didn't do. It was weak. So my subconscious is making me feel angry all the time to actually protect me from feeling that pain. So right there, I know it's a protection of some sort, so I can be thankful for it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for trying to protect me. You know, maybe it's not serving me anymore like it did when I was a little girl. but at least I can see that it's coming from a place of love. So the next step is to get curious about it. Why is it bothering me so much? Mandy says to just pretend like you're a child that's 5 years old that just keeps saying, why? Why is the sky blue? Until you can't say why anymore. So once you find the root cause of what the trigger truly is about, then you can start to transform it and reframe it to a lighter, higher vibrational feeling. Mandy Morris also teaches that our triggers are often tied to limiting beliefs we have about the world. For instance, if somebody else's success or financial abundance triggers jealousy in you, then there may be an underlying belief that I'm not worthy or I'm not enough because there's not enough for me. You can use these triggers to find the core belief that's underneath them and start shifting the belief. Or sometimes triggers might just be that someone's crossing a boundary for you and you need to set a healthy boundary with them and stand up for yourself. Maybe there's some underlying belief, again, that I'm not enough or I'm not worthy of speaking my truth. Triggers connect us to our true power. And when you get to the place where you can stay grounded and connected to your true self, despite the trigger, you feel the power. Talk about reclaiming your power. And this will raise your vibration like nothing else has to a place where you step into the frequency where your dreams and your desires already exist, where you can just start calling those things in: abundance, relationships, love, effortlessly, one step at a time. The more compassion and self-love you can have for yourself along the way, the easier and easier it gets. So let's try not to beat ourselves up when we catch ourselves getting triggered again. Who cares? We became aware of it. We still took a step forward. Celebrate those tiny wins. I'm Sarah Stone Love. I hope this video helped to empower you to start thinking more deeply about your triggers and using them as an opportunity to identify what belief must be behind this trigger. What would somebody else believe about themselves in order to have this trigger right now? If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. Leave me a comment. And join me every week. I'll be sharing more content on how to manifest your dreams, because guess what? You are worth it.